Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my top 5 favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes. So most of these palettes are going to be neutral and they range in price. So if you're interested in seeing my top 5, then go ahead and keep watching. So we're going to go from 5 to 1 and we're going to start out with number 5, which is the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette, which you've seen in other videos. But anyway, I love this eyeshadow palette because it has, it's only like 29 bucks. I checked the Fenty website. This thing is literally always on sale. So right now it's half off and it has a ton of colors and they range from neutral all the way down to like some colors. You get blues, reds, pinks. You get pretty much everything in this eyeshadow palette and it's only $29. I think I just said that, and then a total of 16 eyeshadow colors. And what I really like about this is that it has both mattes and shimmers. They're decent quality, especially for the price. The pigmentation's good on all of them. You're not really having like a lack of pigmentation there. And because it's so ranges in all the colors, like you can create pretty much any look. Like this is something you can use every day, but you can also keep in your collection for like those rare times where you actually want to do like colorful eyeshadow, like I don't know, if you ever want to do pink eyeshadow or like blue eyeshadow, if you're doing like a blue jean party, whatever, anything like that. I like this palette because it has pretty much everything you could ever need. And it's at a really reasonable price and good quality. So yeah, this is a great one. So number 4 is going to be the Marc Jacobs Glambition eyeshadow palette. So this thing is about 50 bucks. It's like $49.50 and it has 7 shades. I love the Glambition specifically because it's so neutral and it's extremely usable for any type of person that's into makeup, beginner to like expert. These are like every shade you could ever need, just if you're starting out. So, and I really love that it includes a black because a lot of the shadows, I think this is the only palette that I'm going to include that even has a black in it. What I also like about Marc Jacobs is that the shimmers are really nice along with the mattes. I would say they're a step above the Fenty eyeshadow palette that I just talked about. So it's really great. They're long wearing and they do a good job. I especially like in this palette, I like the shimmers. I like this gold one here. So that is the gold color here. Let's see. Hopefully it will be focused when you see it, but it is beautiful. It's very reflective. It's nice and foiled. It doesn't have those sparkly bits in it, so that's something that I really like about the Marc Jacobs palettes. But yeah, I think this one in particular, Glambition, is a great starter for pretty much anyone or someone who just wants a very nice neutral palette in their collection. But yeah, this is really great and I highly recommend. So number 3 is going to be another Marc Jacobs palette. So again, the amazing sleek packaging, and this is the Scandalust palette. So it literally has the same exact formulas as the Glambition palette, the one I just talked about. Same price range. Price tag, it's $49.50, so 50 bucks basically, and it has the same formula as I just said that, but you know, whatever, hear it again. I really like this one because the color story in this, it has a bunch of warm tones, and I personally am like a huge fan of warm tones. I kind of moved into those once I got past the very neutral phase and I was learning more, but I also love that it has this bright pinky purple down here just to add a little like something extra. Like if you want to do something a little bit different, you have that option. And because this color story is just so beautiful, every single color seems to go with each other. I'm going to swatch the pink here just so you can see. Oops, that was a terrible swatch, but you get the point. So it's more like a burgundy pink. It's very wearable. And then this shade here looks really good with it. It's the like copper color in the palette, and I'm actually wearing that copper tone on my lids now. I use this palette only to do my eyeshadow today. But yeah, this is really great. I think that it offers a little more versatility than the previous palette, which is why I ranked it higher. So yeah, check it out. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So number 2 is going to be a Natasha Denona palette. And usually you would freak out because they're like, what the heck? Those things are insanely expensive. But this little guy is only 25 bucks, and it's the only Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette that I own, and it is number 2 for a very good reason, and that is because it has the best mattes I have ever used. I think that these are the creamiest matte shades, and also this palette in particular, just I love the warm tones. Like the other palette, that idea carries on. But yeah, I love this because the mattes are just like insanely pigmented and like so blendable. Like I literally barely touch that brown, and like I think that's a decent swatch. I'm not the best swatcher, so what have you, but I think that these are just such great mattes, and like the blendability is insane. Like if you're a beginner, you can totally use this, and it's great because it's only 25 bucks. You get introduced into Natasha Denona, which is an extremely expensive brand normally, and that's what was appealing to me because it allowed me to try out such an expensive brand. I was like, I don't want to spend $300 on an eyeshadow palette. Like, how do I know they're good? I know everybody raves about it, but that's just insane to me. So I got this and I love it, and it kind of justified like, oh, I'm going to try like the cheek stuff now, or like the highlighters or whatever. So I think that having such a small, affordable palette to be introduced into this brand was a brilliant idea on their part. It does allow you to get a good feel for the shadows and like what the quality of their other products are going to be. And I just love that this is so small that you can take it with you anywhere. Like you can do makeup on the go. I take this whenever I travel. This is the only eyeshadow palette I pretty much bring with me. And then lastly, I'm going to make a claim that these are the best foiled shadows that I've ever used. So, wow, it just got so dark. I think it's going to start storming. But anyway, these are the best foils I've used. And I mean foils in a very specific sense. I'm going to put all 3 on my wrist. I don't believe I have enough fingers. So there's like all 3 of those foiled shades. And I mean that they're foiled in the sense that it's like a soft sparkle. It's not those intense glitter flecks. It's not like super shimmery, like where you gotta like, you know, every single light, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's more of a foil. It's softer, it's cleaner, it's less in your face, but it's still there. Like you totally notice it. But yeah, so these are the best foils I've used, and by far the best mattes. They're even better than the number 1 palette, which you're about to see now. Here's number 1. So this is number 1, and this bad boy cost a pretty penny, so I'm sorry. This is the most high-end palette I have in this collection, and it is my number 1 for very good reason. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership palette, and this is the Mothership palette that comes in Bronze Seduction. Like, it's so dark in here because it's like basically about to storm and all the natural light is gone, but you can still tell that these are like insanely shimmery. Like, it's insane. The lighting sucks and you know they're good. And the reason that this is my number 1 is because of those shimmers. They're insane. They're the best shimmers I've ever used, and this is different than the Natasha Denona palette because these are true like glitter shimmers. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to swatch like literally the white pearly one. It's straight like glitter flecks. I'm just going to put them all on here. There's 2 so far. 3. Running out of clean fingers. 4. And they have like, this comes in so many different like formulas, the shimmers do, which is another reason why it's so unique. So you get like every type of shimmer. Like you get this iridescent-y like glitter, 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 and then like this softer shimmer and like softer over here, but they all have like their little glitter flecks in them, but they're not annoying glitter flecks, and they kind of look amazing, and like the light catches everywhere. So that's what sold me on these palettes. Other than like looking at the pictures online and absolutely dying on the inside. So you are paying a lot for this. It's about 125 bucks, even though it has those amazing shimmers. You're paying a lot for it. It only has 4 mattes, 6 shimmers, but you can create a pretty much full look, and what I love about it is it's so versatile. Like you have your mattes, like your neutrals here. I'm so sorry, it's like literally about to pour down rain. Lost all the light. But then you also have like, you know, the red, and then like there's one in here that's like, you don't know if it's green or it's gold, or like the purple down here. Like, they're really great shades in here for like both neutral and colorful eye looks that anyone would love. So that's why this is number one. Super versatile, really gorgeous, packaging's amazing, shimmers are beyond insane, as you have picked up. And yeah, so go get it. Go get it. Save your money. Save your pennies. That's what I did, and I got this. Put it on a wish list. So those were my top 5 favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know the lighting went a little wonky, but hopefully you saw how beautiful these palettes were despite the lack of lighting that there was, at least towards the end. But yeah, I think these are all really great shadows. They range in prices, so even though they're high-end, like the Fenty always on sale, the Natasha Denona tiny, it's 25 bucks, and then you know you have your higher end ones. The Pat McGrath obviously is expensive, but for me it was worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, saw some stuff you liked. If you did, please like below and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!